Hello, folks. Welcome to my channel, Three Coats Paradigm. Today, I want to talk about a concept I thought about in order to solve the inflation problems around the world. Now, this is just my opinion. I know this might be a far fetched idea, and it might entail us to be in Civilization 1 to do so, even. Shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. But what if we could gather the resources from space, build in rocket ships, and send in miners? This could give us more gold, silver, and other precious metals that we are limited here on Earth with. We can relieve pressure on Earth's resource markets, supply vital materials for developing technologies, and boost economic growth by utilizing the abundance of resources found in space. However, this initiative needed to be approached with careful planning, consideration of technological and economic challenges, and the establishment of clear legal frameworks to ensure equitable distribution of benefits for all. A. Understanding global inflation. The persistent rise in prices for a variety of goods and services, known as global inflation, affects purchasing power and the stability of the economy as a whole. Inflation rates have gotten worse due to factors like rising energy prices, supply chain disruptions, increased consumer demand, and geopolitical conflicts. The COVID 19 pandemic caused shortages in supply, which in turn caused demand to shift toward goods and resulted in a large price increases. Given these difficulties, traditional measures to combat inflation, like raising interest rates, cutting back on government expenditure, and regulating prices, frequently fall short of effectively addressing the underlying causes of the problem. Investigating different approaches, such as the possibility of space mining, may provide creative fixes. B. The use of space mining as a solution. In theory, there are a number of ways that sending miners into space to mine asteroids, moons, or other planets could reduce inflation. Here's how to do it. Number one, abundance of resources. Large quantities of priceless metals and minerals, including iron, platinum, gold, and rare earth elements, can be found on asteroids and other celestial bodies. Many of these resources are limited on Earth, and as demand grows worldwide, their scarcity frequently results in rising costs over time. For instance, modern technology such as electric cars, cell phones, and renewable energy sources depends on rare earth elements. These materials can become scarce, which raises prices and fuels inflation. We could extract these resources from asteroids and planets, thereby accessing a practically boundless reservoir. The cost of goods and that depends on rare minerals and metals could drop significantly due to this sudden influx, thereby lowering the cost push inflation rate. As an illustration, gold and platinum, precious metal worth trillions of dollars, are found in asteroids. These metals' earthly value would decrease with increased supply, which would result in lower prices in the industries that use them. Iron and nickel. In space, industrial metals such as iron and nickel are widely distributed. Reintroducing significant amounts to Earth could lower production costs in the building, manufacturing, and other industries. In short, the prices of many essential goods could decline due to an abundance of extraterrestrial resources, thereby reducing inflationary pressures. Number two, efficiency and innovation in technology. The technological advancements needed to establish space mining operations may have a positive impact on productivity and efficiency in other industries. For instance, long term space missions would require the use of materials and designs for rocket ships. Innovation in robotics, automation, material science, and artificial intelligence could lead to breakthroughs that could benefit Earth's industries. Reduce production costs. As technology advances, many goods production costs will decrease. Customers would pay less for goods as a result, lowering inflation. Enhance productivity. With the use of cutting edge technologies like robotics and artificial intelligence, it will be possible to produce goods more quickly and effectively. Inflation caused by demand pull can be lessened by raising supply to keep up with growing demand. Furthermore, the development of more affordable and effective space travel, like the reusable rockets developed by SpaceX and other companies, may make space exploration more accessible, opening up new markets and generating high paying jobs. Because these jobs would be tied to productive output rather than just expanding the money supply, they would stimulate economic growth without contributing to inflation. Number three, diversification of the economy. There would be whole new economic sectors and industries brought about by space mining. Today, the economic growth of many countries is largely dependent on a few key industries like gas and oil. Because of this reliance, they may be more susceptible to inflation when prices rise globally. We could lower the risk of inflation by adding space based industries to the global economy. New markets. The development of space based industries would lead to the opening of new product and service markets. Countries that engage in space mining operations would be able to diversify their income sources and become less dependent on industries based on Earth. Reduce energy costs. By decreasing reliance on fossil fuels and lowering energy costs, which are a major cause of inflation, the ability to mine energy resources from space, such as helium 3, a possible fuel for nuclear fusion, could completely transform Earth's energy sector. By distributing economic activity across a greater number of sectors and lowering the likelihood that inflationary pressures will accumulate in any one industry, diversifying the economy into the space industry could help lower inflation. Number four, lowering resource driven inflation. The world economy depends heavily on natural resources like minerals, oil, and gas, and inflation can result from their scarcity or price volatility. For instance, rising oil prices result in higher transportation expenses, which raises the cost of goods. Obtaining these materials from space would allow us to get around some of the restrictions that cause resource driven inflation. Stable resource supply. Some materials are essentially limitless in space. The world economy may be protected by this stability from unexpected price shocks brought on by natural disasters or geopolitical conflicts. Decentralized supply chains. Businesses and countries could create decentralized supply chains that function across several planets or asteroids in place of depending on Earth's finite resources. The global economy would become more resilient as a result of this diversification, lowering the risk of resource scarcity related inflation. Number five, minimizing the impact of population growth or inflation. Overpopulation raises demand for goods and services without necessarily increasing supply, which is one factor contributing to inflation. We could lessen the strain that human population growth places on Earth's resources by permitting extensive space colonization. Colonization of other planets. Humanity might be able to lessen its impact on Earth's population if it were to establish colonies or space habitats elsewhere. Inflation would be lessened as a result of decreased demand for Earth's limited resources, which include housing, food, and water. Space agriculture. By supplying food for Earth and space based colonies, space agriculture could ease the pressure on Earth's agricultural systems. One of the main causes of inflation could be lessened if there was less scarcity for food. C. Obstacles and considerations. Although space mining has the potential to lower inflation, a number of issues need to be resolved before this is a workable solution. Costs. Space mining exploration requires a massive upfront investment. Large sums of money would be needed to build the required infrastructure, such as rockets, mining machinery, and colonies, which might temporarily raise inflation. Technological obstacles. The field of space mining technology is still developing. Significant technological obstacles must be overcome in order for humans to travel to space, mine in low gravity settings, and return materials to Earth. Regulation and governance. International treaties like the Outer Space Treaty, which forbids any country from asserting sovereignty over celestial bodies, currently regulate space. To guarantee just and equal access to space resources, new laws and regulations will be required. Environmental concerns. Space mining may lessen Earth's environmental impact, but it may also put space environments at danger. Mining activities may cause astronomical bodies to be disturbed, or harmed. In summary, a daring and cutting edge answer to the issue of global inflation is provided by space mining. We could lower production costs, generate whole new industries, and relieve inflationary pressures caused by resource scarcity by utilizing the enormous resources of asteroids, moons, and planets. Technological developments in space exploration could also benefit other industries, increasing productivity and efficiency. But there are still a lot of obstacles to overcome, such as the high expense and technological difficulties of space mining. In the coming decades, space exploration may prove to be a practical means of combating inflation with careful planning and funding. All right, folks, that is all for today's show. I hope you enjoyed the show and you learned a lot about how to combat inflation as space mining as a possibility. Of course, we don't know if that will ever be implemented anytime in our lifetime, but until next time, thank you for watching. Have a good day.